Good morning and welcome to The Insight. The Insight is that program where we'll bring you topical issues, newspaper headlines, activities, actions that help in shaping our nation. We don't just bring these actions, we'll x-ray them and give you a post-mortem analysis of these various issues that join and help in shaping our nation. And today, we'll be having a wonderful guest with us on the Insight, Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi E. Odo. He is the Councillor Obola for Ward. Honorable,
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. It's good to have you on the studio.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Today, we'll be looking at a project that he's passionate about. 500,000 back to school project for Peter Mbah. Honorable, first,
Yes.
let me ask. Let's tell us about yourself first. So before we begin to look at into this project.
All right. Good morning once again, and to the viewers. My name is Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Odo, and like you've rightly pointed out, I am the Councillor Obola for Ward. This is my second tenure, and we are doing well to represent our people.
All right. Doing well to represent your people. Yes. Okay. That's all right. Let's look at this project. 500,000 back to school project for Peter Mbah. 500,000. Tell us, what are the specific objectives of this 500,000 back to school project initiated for Governor Peter Mbah?
Okay. This is September, and is the beginning of a new academic session for those in primary schools and secondary schools. And lots of times, so many parents are caught up with the pressure of sending back their children to school as a result of so many demands of education materials apart from the school fees that comes up. So we thought it wise to support parents by giving their children some educational materials to enable them have a very wonderful session or term. Some of these materials included school bags, exercise books, pen, pencil, mathematical set, and some financial bursary awards were also given to some very indigent students, pupils. And we saw the joy in their face when we flagged it off, and that was also one of the aims, to ensure that these children, nothing is stopping them from going back. And then lastly, this project is to support the good work the governor of the state is doing, His Excellency Barrister Mbah, especially in educational sector.
Okay. All right. I was going to ask later how this whole project align with the governor's broader educational policies and outlook. But before I ask that question,
Okay.
I want to know, how were the beneficiaries of this project selected, and what criteria did you use?
Okay, we focused our attention on public schools.
On public schools?
On public schools,
Okay.
yes. Pupils from public schools.
All right.
Yes.
So the criteria is just any child that is in a public school?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you go for private school as well?
Well, like we all know, most often those who keep their children in public schools is assumed to be those who can't afford the luxury of private schools.
All right.
Yes.
But yes, I heard when you were talking before, I want to really ask again. I want to really know the kind of support. You mentioned something, but I want to know in detail this time around this support that you're talking about. Is it just about just giving pen and paper?
Okay, well, like I've said, this is the beginning of an academic session, and pupils are expected to have lots of materials to help them for the term. So the support itself is in the materials with which they resumed for the new academic session. And as I have mentioned, school bags, mathematical sets, exercise book, 80 leaves exercise books, and pen, pencil, and just everything they needed to ensure that they have a good time in the term.
All right, Honorable, please, just that we align.
Okay.
This 500,000 back to school project, is it only for people around your ward and local government?
Yes, of course, like I've introduced myself, I am a counselor representing a particular ward. And our people say charity begins at home. With so much excitement that this project has drawn, we are already beginning to think of extending it beyond the ward to the local government, within the local government, and even beyond. Because whatever we can do to support His Excellency and to draw attention to how much he's doing in education, I think we would be glad to do it.
All right, now that you mentioned it, let me go back to that very question. This 500,000 back to school project, how does it align with the broader educational policies, ideologies of the governor given in Enugu State?
Okay, well, it's very clear even to the blind, very loud even to the deaf, that the governor of the state, His Excellency Barrister Mbah, loves education. And he has given free education to these pupils, to these children. And of course, we all know that he's a smart governor that has initiated and has built 260 smart green schools across the world. And in these smart green schools, to show you how much the governor loves these children, there are also free meals, free uniforms. So the governor is reaching out to every child in the world. So the connection is already there, because we at the world level, in appreciation of His Excellency, what he's doing, especially in education, are also coming in to give comfort to these pupils, to these children, so that they can be happy going to school. And yesterday when we flagged off this project, the excitement was so much in the children, and they were so appreciative of His Excellency for giving them a smart green school, for everything he has done, for the project which we delivered yesterday.
Okay. Let me go a little bit personal.
Okay.
Are you the only one involved in the organization, planning, and execution of this project?
Well, I have some of my people helping in certain logistics, but the project is self-sponsored. It's a way of me giving back to my ward, because the money is coming from my salary as a councillor.
Just from your salary as a councillor?
Yes.
The governor is not involved?
The governor is involved because the governor is my principal. He's paying.
When I mean the governor is not involved, there are no alerts from beyond your salary.
There is no alert beyond my salary.
And your local government chairman is not involved anyhow?
The project is self-sponsored from my...
Self-sponsored?
Yes, from my salary.
Okay. Anyway, let me not go into asking how much is this salary. Let me not ask that question. But okay. I want to ask, there are plans to expand this project?
Yes, there are plans to expand, because, like I've said earlier, so many schools are reaching out, so many people across the local government, and the happiness and joy we are seeing in the faces of these children makes us, the success of the flag off also makes us want to extend. However, if we are able to surmount some challenges, which of course is very clear, then we will do well to extend them.
But did you include teachers in this? Are they involved somehow in this project, or you are just centered on the pupil?
No, teachers, because, well, yesterday, like I've said, we flagged off, and after gifting these pupils the materials, we met with teachers I encourage them. I thank them for everything they are doing and for even keying into the vision of the governor, and gave some financial incentives to them, yes, and some materials they needed to also do their job well.
Okay. Now, you've been talking about the flag off yesterday. Can you give us the scenario? What transpired yesterday?
Okay, we flagged off in two public schools yesterday, Central School Obolafo and Primary School Oloni Hakbubulu. And in those schools, the joy with which these pupils and even the teachers received these materials that were shared was fulfilling. It was so, we were happy, myself and my team, because I couldn't do this alone. We were very happy seeing the happiness in them. Some of them, for instance, the bags we shared was not enough for all the pupils. And when we asked to see the bags which they came to school, my brother, some of the bags were just a leather bag.
Wow.
Just ordinary leather bags.
So you changed the bags for them?
Yes. So when they were going back home and they had their school bags with the face of the governor in it, I wonder how their parents will be feeling when they come home.
All right. We hope to get that feedback, and we want you to let us know how the parents felt.
Okay.
However, I've spoken to one or two persons from your ward.
Okay.
They said, yeah, the initiative, though very commendable, but that it's all geared towards your future political ambition.
Okay. Well, it's a pity that we live in a climate where doing good always comes with remarks like this. But my response to such person is that even before I became a councillor, this has been me. In my first tenure, for instance, because this is my second tenure, right from the first term, I brought out 225,000 every term for some selected pupils we give bursary to, just to cushion their fees.
The ones related to you?
No, it's drawn by people of the ward, not even from my village. Each village had five persons they had sent their names to, benefit from the bursary. We've been doing it. In my second term, every term, of course, this is the second term, every term I increased it to 300,000. So it's just part of our obligation to our people.
So that is Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi Odo for them?
Yes.
Okay. Before I continue to probe further, because yes, I had a wonderful conversation with people from your word, and okay, I want to ask, this 500,000 back to school project for Peter Mbah, how did the governor of Enugu State influence this project? What did he do in particular that made you want to do this project with his face and name on it?
Okay. Nothing other than seeing his passion for education, especially education at that level, that level where children are involved, and then more especially because of the smart green schools.
Okay.
So these smart green schools is something that ordinarily no child at the rural area, no child in my world can dream of having. So it is that love, the love the governor have for the children by gifting them this quality of school that also inspired me.
Okay. All right, let me step out a little bit from the 500,000 back to school project.
Okay.
Now we're talking about the governor.
All right.
Let me have your assessment of the governor.
Well, this is just the second year of his administration, but every data have shown that he has achieved so much more than some other state governors have even achieved in their second tenure, into their second tenure. So my assessment is not different from what every other person. So many statistics have put out there. The governor is doing well.
Okay. If we're looking at statistics and other people's opinion, there seems to be disparity. However, I'm tempted to base it generally in Enugu State, but I want to get down to your word, Ubolafo. What specifically would you point out that the governor has done to impact your people?
So many things. Of course, we are talking about education.
Yes.
And the impact of this smart green school is enormous. And through so many other means, other partnerships, we are feeling directly the impact of the administration of His Excellency. Of course, the farm estate, which the governor has made a project that is dear to him, is also one of the ways my ward is benefiting directly from His Excellency. I don't even want to talk about the local government, what the local government is doing, which of course is an extension of what the governor is doing for my people, particularly.
All right. So what you're saying is that you're contented that your people are feeling a direct impact or benefit from the governor's administration.
Yes.
All right. Let's come down to Enugu. Generally, on the government's actions. I know I was asking of your assessment of his administration. Your word talk about Ubolafo, right?
Ubolafo, yes.
Are you aware of the bus rapid transport system?
Yes.
How are your people benefiting that, or do you think your people were part of the people he had in mind while conceptualizing that project?
Yes. My people are benefiting directly because oftentimes, to start with, apart from the comforts of these transport systems, the prices are also very friendly, because we come from a rural area, and oftentimes for us to navigate outside our place, maybe to other parts of either the state or other parts of the country, we have to come into the town, Suka town, and then find our way. So it trickles down to my ward.
What you're telling us is that this bus rapid system gets to Ubolafo?
Not at the moment, okay. But then where it is situated, like I've said, oftentimes we come out to this park.
Okay. So there's a direct impact. That's
yes, there's a direct impact.
All right. Let's look at other areas that you've mentioned the smart school initiative. You talked about the farm estate, and then we looked at transportation. What about in the area of job creation beyond these other ones? Are there any other projects directly from the state government?
How would I put this? The governor has created a lot of jobs, but because most times we are fixated on white-collar jobs, government jobs, we neglect the other parts of the job that so many of these projects that are ongoing has created.
All right. On that note, we'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll continue to probe on this issue of 500 back-to-school projects for Mbah.
Hello, I'm Debra Wakoba. I am Chidimike Mede.
I am Uche Osai.
I'm Chiwendo Ifeonwankwe.
My name is Obobina Samson.
Please keep watching Aneke TV, or you can visit us on our socials like Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, or YouTube, all at Aneke TV.
This is Aneke TV. We move with the world.
Thank you for staying with us. We are still discussing with Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi E. Odo, Councillor for Ubolafo Ward. Doctor,
Yes.
yes, we've been talking about this, but let me go back to this 500,000 back to school project for Peter Mbah.
Yeah.
We're talking about funding. Why is it that you're the only one funding this? There's no collaboration between you and, say, the local government, or even the good people from your ward and all that? Why do you have to shoulder the project alone?
Okay. Well, I think this is like I'm trying to inspire maybe others to do it. What I have done is what I could do at the level I operate as a counselor.
Okay.
I have an obligation to the people I represent. And if other spirited, good-spirited individuals deem it necessary, they can key in and then we broaden our reach.
All right. Okay, that's fair enough. Now, let's look at it. Is this as a result of conversation you had with other councillors? They have other initiative like this in their own ward?
Well, other councillors are also, they have obligations to their people and they choose their own ways of giving back.
Okay.
This is my own way of giving back
All
to
right.
myself.
Now, looking at this project, has it in any way helped to reduce dropouts of students from your area?
Yes, greatly, because it has eased the financial pressures on so many
Are there
parents.
specifics to it where you say that there's a child that couldn't attend school last term, and then because of this project that you are certain that the life of that child has been imported, he has gone
Yeah,
to
there are so many instances. Like I've mentioned, since I became a counselor every term, I bring out certain amounts of money from my salary as a bursary. We started with 225,000 before we increased to 300,000. And then there are so many pupils, so many children who are still in school because of this.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Often we've been looking at the project and then you flagged off. What are the challenges that you encountered?
Well, the only challenge is finance. Finance, because when we say 500,000 back to school project, it was just a modest budget of what my salary could do, but along the line we have spent almost double of that amount. We spent roughly over 1 million, and because this salary is the salary is measured, so finance is the major challenge that we faced. Aside that, there's no other challenge.
And you don't intend to seek collaboration either from the governor, from your local government and others, so that you see to it that more persons are reached?
From what we have seen so far, we need collaboration. We need collaboration because I was just doing this, small, but there's hardship out there, there's need out there, and then we need to reach out to more people. So in due time, I'll still reach out to, like you said, the local government chairman, the governor, and even individuals who have the desire to do good.
All right. Now, let me beam the satellite on you again directly. What's the way forward for you in terms of after being a counselor? Because I was told that you're intentional. Yes.
I wonder who you were discussing with, me, who knows me so well. Well, I don't know, but I am a politician and a proud one. And I will always seek platforms to serve my people.
Okay.
To serve them because I believe I have what it takes and for general good. So for now, I am not God. I don't know what the future holds, but I know it's bright, very bright.
Okay. And then in seeking that platform, if possible, that leads you away from the present political party and from the fold of the governor, you would exploit that option too, huh?
That is not an option
Why is it not an option?
because I am not a desperate politician.
Okay.
Yes, only for me, I feel, aside maybe if I have personal misgiving for the way things are done, yes. But so far, I don't have any personal misgiving.
Okay.
And then looking up to the governor, who is a role model, I like his style of politics, his intentionality. So I also wouldn't see any reasons why I would
So what if tomorrow the governor decides to move to other political parties?
we go with him.
Wherever he goes, you go.
Yes, he is more than a political party
Why is that?
because of what he embodies.
And I want to know what he really embodies. You know, you're not the only one saying this.
Okay.
Not my probing that I think because you said no. I've heard this from even a local government chairman
Okay.
and other well-placed individuals
Okay.
from Enugu State. But that I want to know, what is that thing that he embodies that makes all of you say wherever the governor goes, you go?
Yeah, well, I will only speak for myself, and I have my conviction that he is the Moses taking this state.
Sorry, I want to get that. That he is the what? The Moses.
The Moses
Okay.
taking this state to the promised land. The trust is there. He has the vision. He has the capacity. And in 2 years, we have seen that Enugu State is headed for the right direction. So, politics is just like a vehicle, not the driver itself.
Okay.
So the governor is the driver, and wherever he goes, personally for me, I go.
Okay. So what you're telling us that you see the governor at the back of what he has done so far, you think he would get back to the Lion House come 2027 seamlessly?
Not just going back, but trust me, by 12 p.m. on election day, the governor is going to break records of having garnered the highest vote, because even those that contested against us in the last election are already in our side.
They are already on your side.
Yes.
But we know that the opposition is getting strong as well. The
Well.
ruling APC
Okay.
are not sleeping.
Okay.
And we know they are quite preparing. So are you speaking about your ward, Ubola 4, or you're talking about the whole of Enugu State in general?
Well, speaking from my ward, which is like an instance of what is going to play out in the entire state, I'm speaking both for my ward and I think the entire state.
All right. Let me step back a little, and then there are people who have criticized the governor that some of his projects are not for the common people, they are for the well-to-do, what they call the elite. Is that the same with people from your place?
No,
No?
I wouldn't understand why they say so.
Okay, for example, some people say that the re-unveiling of Hotel Presidential, the new acquired and operation of Enugu Air, and that the bus rapid system, that these are all elitist based.
Okay, sorry to ask. The keke drivers, are they the elites? Sorry to ask.
Okay, they are keke drivers.
Keke drivers, could we classify them as elites?
I don't think so.
See, I don't know. People play politics with everything.
Okay.
But just go out there. Ask the keke man, which is an average, person, or ask some of the people doing businesses around some of these projects. and see how directly these things are impacting positively on them.
Okay.
So we mustn't play politics with everything.
Okay, so people that say that you feel they're just playing mere politics.
Yes.
You know why I'm asking you this is because you come from the grassroots.
Yes.
And we want to get the feelers of what is actually happening at the grassroots. Are the
Okay.
people in tune with the actions, the activities, the policies of the governor? That's why I'm asking you directly.
Very, very much. In fact, going down to my ward, which, like I've said, is a rural ward.
Okay.
Is a rural ward. Every person in my ward, I wouldn't say every person because, of course, opinions can vary, but majority of the people in my area are seeing what the governor is doing and are feeling the direct positive impact of what he's doing.
Okay. Let me step out from this issue now. Let me talk about another issue that is very pertinent to us. Talking about the voter registration exercise. The numbers that Aneke released earlier on was far, far lower or below the expected. Enugu didn't measure up to 2,000. In fact, it was 800
Yeah.
in Enugu. And then, speaking with someone very close to the governor, I was told yes that the governor went out for sensitization, that when the next data will be released, that we'll see a very huge difference. But I want to ask, are you involved in sensitization in your area concerning this registration exercise, and what are you really doing about it? Given that Easterners, the Igbos, are known to exhibit this voter apathy in elections. In fact, on election day, they are known to go play football that day, be at the beer parlor, drink beers, watch movies. In fact, people that have used their generator in their life, that day they will service their generator and buy enough fuel to last them the day. So, what are you really doing in terms of this voter registration exercise and voter awareness to do so that will chase away apathy from Eastern Nigeria, Enugu State, Ubulafo in particular?
Okay, well, it's part of the duties of a counselor. It's part of my duties to create this awareness, which I am already doing.
Okay.
I've gone to some churches talking to our people, and then most of the youth groups, which of course I am in direct communication with their, the leaders, youth leaders across the different communities. I am engaging them, and part of this project, which we embarked on, that is Back to School project, there is also a part which is for sensitization.
Okay.
Yes, already I've gone to some secondary schools talking to those in SS2 and SS3, because by the time some of them are 16 and 17, not up to voting age, but by the time we'll be casting our votes, they would already be up to that age. Okay. So we are doing so much in my ward, and just like you mentioned, the governor is also taking this very serious. He has engaged several stakeholders who should be up and doing, to ensure that we have a good number in our voters registration.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough. But this issue, this scenario I've raised about voter apathy, are you not really worried about it?
Well, I'm worried about it.
What can you tell the Igbos concerning doing away with apathy, being involved in their specific responsibilities? In fact, one of our conversations with an Aneke official, they let us know that it's based on electoral wards, usually, that decide a lot of government actions and policies. That's why I'm very particular about this.
Well, what I would tell our people,
Easterners,
what I would tell
Enugu indigenes,
yes.
Ndi Enugu,
Yes.
especially your people at your ward,
Yes.
Ubulafo and all that.
Yes, we don't have another country except Nigeria.
Okay.
We don't have another state except Enugu State. We don't have another place except where we have seen ourselves. So we have an obligation to our people, even to our children unborn, to ensure participation. Because it is only when you register, when you participate, that you can influence government actions, policies, and decisions. So I'm looking forward that by 2027, we are going to record an increased number, in turnout of voters.
All right. Let me, before I let you go,
Okay.
what do we expect in next school session? Now it's 500,000 back to school project. Are we looking at, let's say, 2 million back to school projects? What are we going to see next time?
Well,
Are there plans to surpass the 500,000?
yes, we are going to surpass it because we started with 225,000, increased to 300,000, and now 500,000.
Okay, that reminds me. Part of the things I was told while I was communicating with people from your area was that this is a political statement, that there's no way you're going to reach this number of persons. So I was fast enough to ask that question, but how do you say that? When they say that it's a political statement, that you won't be able to reach this number of persons from your ward?
Why not? The data are there. The empirical data. You can go to my, Facebook handles and some other social media handles. We were live. This is not an edit like Governor Aneke, the comedian.
Okay.
So it's there. We did it.
All right. So what is the
Yes.
projection going forward for this project?
Well, the projection is that by next session, just like you said, even before next session, the projection is that we are going to go around the local government
Okay.
to some selected schools. And if the means are there, if the support is there, we'll go across the zone and even the entire state.
Okay. All right. Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi, when I asked before about your future political ambition, you were coy. But let me be direct.
Okay.
Is there any plans to go to the State Assembly?
Well, even the present office I'm occupying was somehow my people. They had a way they lured me, to go for them. So if I have the opportunity, I won't say no. But for now, I don't have the intention.
All right. On that note, let me ask, is there any message you want to say that across to your people as a word of conclusion or something you want to put right there before I let you go?
Okay. Well, the message is this. It doesn't matter if you are occupying any position or any office. Even if you are not elected, even if you are not a politician, you can give. You can make impact. And then for those who are politicians, especially those who are appointees or elected, you should also give. Because this is the only way our people can feel the impact of government. And I hope that this 500,000 back to school project will inspire a new breed of politicians who give to their people, who are conscious and who have the conscience enough not to wait until elections before they give.
All right. That's very clear and apt. But I just got reminded that by next week, Wednesday, it will be October 1st and Nigerians' independence. And then, since I have the privilege of having you, a politician, at my corner, I want to look at, I bet in a few minutes before we go, I want to take a look at Nigeria. What's your projection for Nigeria going forward? Nigeria will be 65 on October 1st.
Okay, I think the future is bright for Nigeria. We have made so many mistakes in the past. We are learning, we are evolving. Right now, the consciousness, even in our political space, is there. So, may Nigeria succeed. October 1st will be 65 years, and by the special grace of God, things can only get better. It can't get worse.
Okay, you only see it getting better, it can't get worse.
Yes.
But how do you, I want to be direct, how do you see that the Easterner, for example, the Igbo man has failed in Nigeria all this while? Do you think that Nigeria has been
Fair.
fair and beneficial to the Easterners?
Well,
for instance,
okay.
You have only five states, right?
Yes.
Compared to other regions and all that. So do you think that Nigeria has been fair to the Easterners?
I'm also aware that there are efforts to address some of these, inequalities, imbalances. For instance, there are proposed state creations. The debate is ongoing, and by the special grace of God, under the administration of the president, who is in charge now, I am looking forward to Igbos getting more states.
All right. Should I say, if you have anything to tell Nigerians about on October 1st, or happy independence or anything?
Happy independence. May we not give up. Like I've said, the future is bright, and it can only get better.
All
Cheers.
right. Right Honorable Dr. Nnamdi E. Odo, Councillor Obola for Ward. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
All right, this is where we'll draw the curtain today on the Insight. However, before we go, remember that your voice matters. Do not forget to reach us with the hashtag, The Insight, at Aneke TV, all on our social media handles, Facebook, TikTok, X, and YouTube. Till we come your way same time tomorrow, I remain your host, Uche Osai.